Hello. Hello everyone, and welcome to Friday afternoon here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Really appreciate you joining me. Yeah, I'm rolling to the office. It's Friday. I always start Friday late, as a good Friday stream should. Only 3 minutes late. Hello Druid's Fire, Blood Dagger, all the fine folks in chat in the various social medias. We're busy. That's why I'm late. Man, are we busy. It's almost like we're releasing Ravenloft next week. We're actually having a discussion this afternoon about the exact release date of Ravenloft, and if it's not Tuesday, which it might be, but if it's not Tuesday, we'll let people know. But we're on track, really. It'll be next week. I'm on Kenneth, and I have actually some exciting news. I was putting together the release notes for... Here, let me get into serious camera mode. Yes, I am clean shaven. Thank you everyone for Movember. I will be not shaving for a while now. And when next you see me in January in 2018, I will probably have a bit of a beard-like object. Last weekend on Lamania, correct. We do have a new Lamania build up right now, and unless we find any big blocker or something like that, that should be the last Lamania. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying I have exciting news. That news is I was putting together the Ravenloft release notes, which I will be continuing to do today because, you know, it's like that homework assignment that's due on Monday and you're writing it Sunday night. I came across a thing in early October saying, yo, I made this for Jerry to give away. And I was like, yeah? First I've heard of it. So in the rush for Ravenloft and that, there was actually an item that was made to add to the community loot list that did not get... noticed by me, and because the people working were too busy working on other things, they just sort of made it and forgot about it until I brought it up yesterday. So guess what I have to give away? Not probably on the stream today because I need to get the wussy and all that when we get the at a later date, but I've got a wizard's hat, or not a wizard's hat, but a witch's hat. A witch's hat for your creature companions. It was maybe originally made for Night Revels, but you know, it's going to work just fine for Ravenloft. It's a little witch's hat for your creature companions. And I tested it yesterday on one of my own characters, because, you know, I am the all-powerful Cordovan, and I get to give myself things first. Actually, I wanted to test to make sure it actually created and was able to be equipped. Because QA hadn't had time to look at it because they didn't know that that work had been done either. So I'm going to, before I start handing it all out, I'm going to make sure QA is okay with me doing so. But yeah, it looks like I got a new item to give away, maybe even for Movember-ish stuff, and also for Ravenloft giveaways, things like that. So that should be cool. It will not work on the Pet Rock. I'm sorry. The problem is the Pet Rock does not accept any, like, additional cosmetics, because it itself is sort of an additional cosmetic. Yeah, miniature version of the Hag's Hat, that's exactly right. Hey, Linabelle. I blame Linabelle, frankly, for not letting me know about this. It's her fault that Kintani made this item and didn't, got too busy to let me know about it. Oh, I know, right? Right? I hear ya. No, but I've got a witch's hat to give away to people's creature companions. Very cool. I'll be probably giving that away next Wednesday, assuming Ravenloft is live by then and we're not in the midst of downtime. I'm not throwing her under the bus. I'm just nudging her into the side of the bus. No, I'm kidding, of course. I, too, love Fridays. Nice. Alright, so, anyway, what else do I have to mention? We do have a plus 10 Treasure Hunters boost going on right now. That carries on through the weekend. Like I say, our devs are actually going to be doing some work probably through the weekend to put those final polishes on Ravenloft. We're going to... I think the current plan is to kick off a build Sunday night that we'll be releasing Ravenloft with. So stay tuned for that sort of thing. I'm on Caneth on Friday, and I'm just going to putz around, run things on my level 18 character. So let's see, what would be a good one? Can't go wrong with High Road, I guess. Or we could do... Alright, yeah, why don't we just run Evening Star heroic stuff, huh? Maybe get started on High Road? Does that sound okay? Amrath, true test for 18. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm probably not going to be doing that, though. Because I'm a Gimp 18. Ooh, small Jewel of Fortune. I'll take that. Good timing there on top of that Treasure Hunters boost. I should probably clear out my inventory. Where are you, account person? There you go. Not playing on Lamania? Correct, I'm not playing on Lamania today. I think I've done enough spoilery type things for Ravenloft that I don't want to do any more right now. If people really feel strongly about it, let me know. But, yeah. I'm saving my mist. Maybe I should equip that. There we go. Got some gear. Alright, good enough. Let me just do a quick sell and repair. Yeah, no problem, King Cosmo. I know that you were having some computer issues. Remind me if you're streaming tomorrow or not. I can't remember if you're still working on those computer issues or not. Loving the Bartificer build? Doing 1,000 damage a hit? Yeah, that sounds pretty okie dokie. Going to try. Cool. Okay, yeah, good point. Let me bring that up here. Daniel Leia, didn't we get wizard hats for creature companions with the Matu purchase? You did. This is a witch's hat. It's a little different than a wizard's hat. Correct. So, that is a change that actually started right after I got off the air on Wednesday. I was talking to someone and they were like, oh, hey, do you know about this for sentient weapons? Our intention is to lower the minimum level that will accept sentience from 21 to 20. And when I brought up, I was like, does that mean all the seal shard scroll stuff is going to accept sentience? Claim is probably, because that stuff is when you add, after you add the scroll, seal, and shard to the item, behind the scenes, the item is essentially destroyed and then remade as a new version of the item. So provided you have gone through that process, it is not a formally craftable item, so that means if we're able to get this in time, which I think that's the plan, you should be able to get sentience on your Essos. Antique Great Axe. All that kind of thing. So that's pretty hot. Mackie Bray, I actually am intending to do a Ravenloft trailer. There had been a time where I was going to try to get it done in time for release. Clearly that didn't happen because we were just too busy with everything to go through the more formal licensing process that we need to do. But I think that we will perhaps... I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to see a Ravenloft trailer. Not a super official... Well, yeah, it's an official one, I guess. Anyway, but it's not going to be up for release. It's going to be a little bit later. I'm going to actually switch this out. I don't like the movement one being tied to my 4 key. Why doesn't Legendary Greensteel Thunderforge and TOEE not accept sentience? It's a technical issue. It just doesn't work.
The cabin is empty. There is a note on the table before you. It reads, "Stepped out for some fresh air. Read the dossiers. Then meet me outside. BV."
Oh yeah, Epic and Venom Blade. Heck yeah. Will sentience only be available to Ravenloft? The answer to that is mixed. So, when we release Update 37, which is the Mists of Ravenloft expansion, the sentient gems will be available mostly in Ravenloft, attached to items there. There will be one in the DDO store, and can't remember, there's one other, and I'm not sure how that's being given out. But like all the filigree in that is also going to be in named items that you find in Ravenloft. The intention is, though, over time we're going to be adding this stuff to more things. So, while it is true that initially upon release of Ravenloft, that's where the sentient stuff's going to be, that's only because that's the newest content. The intention will be to expand that to other content. I too, I've never seen a Sword of Shadows drop. The only time I got it was one that was available in that gift box. And I've certainly never seen a scroll shard or seal of the Sword of Shadows. You cannot find Ravenloft in the in-game store. No expansion packs are showing at all. So for Ravenloft, it is not yet available in the in-game store. Neither is Menace of the Underdark nor Shadowfell Conspiracy. We're working to get that stuff into the in-game store again, but it's not currently available. So that's why you're seeing that. It isn't related to you going VIP. It's just that that stuff is not currently available in the DDO store in-game. You have a Mythic +2 Sword of Shadow? That's rad. You have 4 scrolls of the Sword of Shadow? Man, that's insane. Do we consider raid weapon mechanics to be spoilers? Not really. Why would they be?
Don't get too excited. I can already tell that
12 scrolls of the Sword of Shadows? What the heck? How are you guys getting all these scrolls, man? I run that quest a lot. Ah, cool stuff, Macubre. Yeah, the photo bucket thing did devastate the DDO wiki to some extent, that's for sure. Along with a lot of other websites, but you know. Life is suffering. Nice. I've never, like I said, I've never had one drop for me. I do a lot of on 3 XP runs. I don't have any scrolls of the Sword of Shadows. I probably run it just about every week. What is PhotoBucket? It was for years it was a popular photo hosting site, and they recently switched so that you had to like do a paid account thing to be able to hotlink your images, and they'd been used for literally 5-7 years as like the most popular site to hotlink images on forums and websites. Well, Bruce Shepard, if it helps that your wife played DDO with you, if it helps to get a witch's hat for her creature companion, let me know. We'll make that happen. A family that games together has fun together. Snow White Fox, I tried to PM me on DDO about Movember. Don't know if you received any of the items or any of the PMs. I did. I have 157 PMs in my DDO inbox right, DDO.com forum inbox right now related to Movember that I haven't even gotten to yet, and that's after looking at, say, 50, 60 so far. This week, because of the upcoming Ravenloft and that, I simply do not have the time to get people their stuff for Movember donations and that. Bad timing, I know, but that's just the reality of it. So, next week, once Ravenloft comes out, I'm going to be staying at work late a couple nights, and I'll be trying to get mostly caught up on that Movember stuff, but it's going to still be a little while. Expect it to be... I'm hoping that everyone has their stuff and has heard back from me by mid-December. And that's pretty standard operating procedure for Movember, because I just do get a lot of donations. Plus this year I've also got Extra Life on the Lotro side. So they're in the same boat where I've got hundreds and hundreds of PMs from them as well. So it's just taken me a long time to get everyone their stuff this year. I apologize about that. But yes, I'll be adding that witch's hat to the list. Am I aware that Microsoft browsers are blocking the My Account SSG site because the digital signature does not match the URL? Correct. That came to my attention yesterday, and we've been looking into it. The issue is that myaccount.standingstonegames.com is essentially a redirect to myaccount.turbine.com because, you know, turbine.com is the base URL for all that old account AMS stuff. And there was a expired wildcard certificate for standingstonegames.com that we had to correct. And we're in the process of correcting that right now, but it takes a day or two. So if you get a little thing on Chrome or whatever saying, "Oh my god, they haven't given us money," you can proceed anyway. Or if that's, you know, if you're not comfortable doing that, just go to myaccount.turbine.com, which is, it's the same place. And that will also resolve for you. You threw away your Sword of Shadows, Scrolls, and Seals? Are you freaking kidding me? Unbelievable. I would be happy to run with you, Snow White Fox, I'm sure, on Argo. I have got a bunch of meetups that I'm going to need to work through because of donations both for Extra Life and Movember. I think I've got something like 20-some on the Lotro side and 10-some on the DDO side. So it's going to take me a little while to get through all that stuff, in addition to sort of the giveaways and other donations. My intention on the big drawings for Movember will be early next week. So even though I said you can give me donations through the end of November, if you get me a donation this weekend, it's fine.
You hear that? Sounds like someone stirred up an ornery dire bear. Something tells me the Netherese.
I'll be doing those drawings
about the local.
most likely after Ravenloft, just because, you know, busy. But the intention is to get the drawing done kind of first part of next week. Ah! Do I know that wounded Pale Masters are not healing in public places while they are in their undead form? Yes. Because that is a positive healing thing that happens in public areas, not otherwise. So we're going to have to either change it so that it does both positive and negative healing, or most likely just say, get out of your form. So when you get to level 20, you get enhancement points per level afterwards. No, the enhancement system does not carry on persist into the epic levels. Instead, you'll be getting epic destiny points. Oh, we got a chest. Alright. Titan saying, I might get hired at this pizza place soon. Great, get me free pizza. The worst job I ever did. Not the worst job I ever had, but the job I was worst at was a pizza delivery driver. I worked for, I guess it was maybe 5 weeks as a Domino's pizza delivery driver in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. I just needed the extra money.
You can see it in her eyes.
Man, was I bad. I was the worst pizza delivery driver. This was all in the days before there was GPS. So we were having to use maps and things like that to get our pizzas delivered. And God, was I bad at it. People's pizzas were cold, they were misdelivered, they took an hour and a half to get there. I remember there was one entire day that I had forgotten that I needed to cut people's pizzas because no one else in the kitchen was doing it. And so for the entire night, I was delivering uncut pizzas to people. That's how bad I was. And after 5 weeks, I was like, you know what? You haven't fired me, but you probably should. So I'm just going to not do this anymore. Pizza delivery drivers have it easy nowadays, because they just got these phones that tell them everywhere they need to go. Back in my day, we had a big book, and you had to go through it.
There's an elite mercenary team the Netherese sent after the scroll. Allow me to stress how badly the Netherese must want what we have.
How is everyone liking their ASMR character? I have not personally had the opportunity to play one yet. I'm really looking forward to it, though. I'm going to be making an ASMR assassin probably Vistani, just because all three of those things are new, and that'd be fun. I haven't played an assassin since the DDO Cast Build Guild days, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so I was thinking Vistani Assassin would be a lot of fun. Nice. I'm gonna play a dark ASMR too, because I really want those dark, spready wings. That's rad stuff. Pathetic. Pathetic. That's what that is. Do I not have a better sword? Yeah, there we go. I don't really quite know what the story is on why the ASMR wings are not permanent. I think it's probably a performance issue, but I could be wrong. Maybe Renwa knows more about that.
Just take care of our attackers and move into the forest when you're done.
Do I like pineapple on my pizza? Not typically, but I'm not opposed to it. It's just, I would not personally order pineapple on a pizza, but if someone had free pizza and it had pineapple on it, I would eat it. My go-to pizza is mushroom and black olive. That's what I like. Is Argo in general pretty active? Yeah, I found Argonescent to be quite active. All of our servers are, with the exception of Wayfinder, are all in the same general population ballpark. Some are a little higher, some are a little lower, but they're all in the same ballpark. But Argo's nice and active. I didn't ask to be fired. I quit before I was fired. Key difference. The only reason I hadn't been fired, though, probably is because all those complaints hadn't yet gotten to the manager.
Oh, this isn't good. If they're here in the forest, they may be at the lodge as well. I hope we're not too late.
In general, I believe in a stripped down pizza philosophy. I don't, all pizza's good. But, for me, if I'm going to judge the quality of a pizza, it's gotta just have a few ingredients on it. These pizzas that are just like, people with their fancy pizzas that are like, yeah, it's got 37 different ingredients on it. You're basically just covering up what makes the pizza a pizza. How do you know if it's good? You can't even taste it underneath that mountain of stuff you put on it. What happened to that one DPS timing event with that Kobold on the live servers? I never got around to it. I have been, in case you can't tell because of the bags under my eyes and in general me looking tired, I have been super busy, really, since the summer. Going first with Mordor and then with Ravenloft, just real life and all that sort of thing. I have not, and now Movember and Extra Life, I have just not had time to organize and execute on that DPS Kobold event. I still want to do it, but I just need to find the actual time to do it. Will the witch's hat work on an invisible mini-stalker? Yes. The only one it shouldn't work on is the pet rock, and that's because the pet rock doesn't accept any additional cosmetics for your creature companion.
Why am I getting stuck in the web? I have freedom of movement.
Yeah, no doubt. The good old Thomas guides. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Cosmic Dog, were you you in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin? If so, I probably did deliver a bad pizza to you, provided you ordered within that 5-week time frame. Of, I guess it was 2002, maybe? Something like that.
It looks like they sent an elite assassin to clean up in case we made it this far.
I actually was working as a DJ, but at that time that I was doing the pizza delivery thing, but people don't lie when they say DJing does not pay. I couldn't even afford my rent and I was working full time. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to get a second job, even though I'm working full time. So I tried to do the pizza delivery thing. I was working a morning shift and the radio station, so I'd work from like 4 a.m. to noon. I'd crash out
Good work. The warded
at
container should be downstairs. Follow me.
noonish, wake up around 4 p.m., go into work till 9, 10, go back to sleep for another couple hours, get up at 2, get into the radio station at 4, do the whole thing again, making less than minimum wage. That's radio for you. Fun times, though.
Careful. Do not underestimate the cunning and insanity of this one. The Netherese didn't hire him for his good looks.
Will you be able to make your drow great axe of the weapon master sentient? Oof. I think so. I think so. When can we expect Menace of the Underdark to be back in the store? This month is our goal. We want to get it back in the store, really probably for the December, like, Christmassy sales event time. Or once Ravenloft is out the door and stable, we're going to turn our engineering and other resources to fixing the issues with Menace of the Underdark, so that we can offer that again in the store. So within a few weeks, hopefully.
Now, so we can put the scroll fragment out of harm's way. The nether scroll fragment.
Drow weapons already accept sentience. Fantastic.
Now that it's safely ordered inside the
Speaking of fantastic,
feel free to take anything else you find inside.
heck yeah. It's a flat up improvement. Nice. No, Bruce. Expansion packs do not normally disappear from the store when your VIP is active, because they need to be purchased by VIP. Nice. Correct. We do not currently have expansion packs in the DDO store.
I hid the first scroll piece near Greenweald Lane. Upon my honor, I swear the parchment was moving in my hand as I held it. Perhaps that's to be expected, given the magic the scroll contains.
Cool. Elizabeth over on Facebook reading a book called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels about the gaming industry. A fascinating look at what game designers go through. Yeah. I have not read that book, but I have heard good things. Have we given any thought discussion on the cosmetic wardrobe? We have definitely given thought about it and some discussion on it. It's really just a matter of fitting it into our schedule. And that's something we have not yet been able to do. But yes, we're really at the point we should have it. Will we see the Jester this winter? Yes. Festival Jester is incoming later this month.
Seamus's directions to the giant felled oak lead into the cave tunnel and deeper into the swamp.
Will we see any updates to the Rezia Ice Games crafting this year? No. Sorry. All of our itemization time really went to Ravenloft here. At least I'm not aware of any. I mean, I suppose we technically still have time if it doesn't go out till January, but I think probably the answer is no. When you upgrade shared bank spaces, does that upgrade on all servers? Yes.
Free the spirits trapped in the swamp.
Ah. Have we leaked our marketing plan for Vet Status 3 yet? No. Not that I'm aware of. Have we? I didn't leak it. Yeah. Vet Status 3 will be arriving with Ravenloft. Stay tuned. Yeah, I got a new PC, Bruce, in August, and it has improved my life immensely. I'm so digging my new PC, newish. Still new PC. It's like games are just running so quick. It's the best. Torque is an exceptionally rare item. That's why you haven't seen it. It has an extremely low drop rate. That is by design.
Speaking of new PCs, is there any intent to upgrade DDO for the VR environment?
Probably not. I mean, I just don't think commercially it would pay off at this point. Maybe someday, though. I love VR, so I don't want to say anything bad about it, but the reality is it's just not that big a market right now. I did actually read someone had sent me a PM about how you could play DDO in VR right now using sort of like a third-party plugin thing. The person said that it looked amazing, you know, being able to wander around the marketplace in VR and all that, but that it was kind of a nauseating experience just sort of due to the way VR works. I know that that's probably the #1 issue for a lot of VR games, is sort of how it makes you nauseous, because your brain doesn't really grok the idea of movement without moving. That's why a lot of games like, say, the new Skyrim VR does the teleportation mechanic. It seems a little counterintuitive to have a teleportation mechanic in VR rather than natural movement, but the reality is that natural movement feels weird in VR. Because your brain is like, you can't move without your legs moving. And so it tends to give you vertigo and nausea and stuff in a way that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
You give silent thanks to Evrim as you find the lost soul's treasure.
Cool. What is the best recording software for screen capping DDO? I've been using DxTory, but the file outputs are an AVI. 1 minute can be 3 gigabytes. You know, there's a million of those nowadays. They're extremely common. I like XSplit. A lot of people use OBS. OBS is free, so that one's certainly worth at least checking out. Fraps is still around, and Fraps does a nice job of things. I like Fraps a lot. Heck, I think even Windows does that sort of natively now. Like if you have Windows 10. So perhaps it's worth, you know, playing around with that a little bit and see if that'll actually kind of do what you want it to. Okay, here we go. Steam, I believe, does native native recording nowadays. Yeah, there's a million of them because we live in the world of Twitch, you know, and YouTube, so they're all over the place. So I guess my recommendation today, because it's a free one, is check out OBS, see if that works for you. And if you don't like OBS or you want something that maybe has a little bit more of an intuitive UI, maybe check out XSplit. Graphic cards do not yet accept sentience.
With the shadows destroyed, the plague of this part of the swamp has lifted.
Why was Mortal Fear nerfed? It took so long to get it. Man, that's an old one. Mortal Fear was nerfed because it was too powerful. It simply was unbalancing every other piece of content in the game and made it so that we could pretty much never release a named item that would be as good as Mortal Fear. So we either had to nerf Mortal Fear or make it unusable in our legendary content, which is back, you know, when that change was made. So we opted to not nerf Mortal Fear, but instead not allow it to carry over into the higher level content. Because, you know, if you think about in legendary, the stats in that are much higher than epic, and so if all of a sudden you're taking 50% off, it just no other weapon's going to compete with that. So we had to do that change back in the day to not nerf it, but make it unusable in legendary content. Thank you, Hunter Raider. I am the biased because I work for SSG, but I've been playing DDO since 2006, and I think Ravenloft is going to just rock. I think our content team is among the best we've ever had. And Ravenloft looks great, plays great, sounds great, reads great. I just think Ravenloft kicks ass. I'm really, really excited and proud to be on the team doing whatever part I get to do to be a part of this. Man, we're raking in the remnants. Good times. Just move your legs when you walk in VR. You know, there actually is some kind of, I've seen it on PC. There's like a, treadmill-like thing for VR. I myself, though, only have a PlayStation VR. And like I say, the teleportation mechanic actually works really well. In my experience, anyway. It's way less nauseating. Holy moly. We got the mobs or what? That's a pretty nasty champion there. When will Menace of the Underdark be on? Hopefully very soon. Oops. Within the next couple weeks is the hope.
The old hermit Seamus waits to speak with you near the giant fallen oak just ahead.
Yeah. What about that new carpet? So they put in. We work in an office complex with, you know, multiple kind of different companies in here and stuff, and they're improving the grounds and the hallways and all the public areas and what have you. And one of the things they've done is put in this new carpet, which is polarizing to say the least. Pretty much everyone seems to hate this new carpet. I don't actually hate it myself. I'm one of those weirdos that I kind of like it. But also I like the Atari 2600. So it's got that kind of it's like this weird black and gray and white checkered thing with lime green stripes in it. I think it looks very retro. I think it's kind of neat. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. By the way, let me do a bit of an advertisement for something that I have no connection to other than it's a good deal. I got an email today from one of our... If you live in the New England area, you may be familiar with Newberry Comics. They do like CDs and DVDs and records and Spencer's gift type things and things like that. This weekend they're doing a sale of 40% off all their games, and that includes their D&D stuff. So you can get the D&D source books 40% off this weekend. So if you're in an area with Newberry Comics and you want to get a D&D source book, say I have no connection to them, they have no connection to us. But I myself am like, 40% off D&D source books, huh? That's not bad. I don't think I've ever seen them that low. Yeah. It does look like a Vegas hotel carpet. I'm sorry, Linabelle. I don't hate the carpet. I think it's kind of neat. But then, like I say, I like dumb things. I like things that are ridiculous. And to me, it is the most ridiculous office carpet I've ever seen. And that makes it good. I think I'm probably going to pick up the new Xanthar's guide. Because there's some pretty good stuff in that. Some good spells and kind of supplemental things. What is the word on fixing the not responding issue? It has killed me more than any other thing in the game. If we're kind of talking about the hitching thing, we have a couple of things that might impact it that are in Update 37, and we are also continuing to look into it. It's one of those things where it's not really being reproduced. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We do have, it had been the case that we had some difficulty reproducing it, but we have actually reproduced it now. And so it's just a matter of tracking down the cause of it and getting it fixed. We have a couple of low-hanging fruit things that, you know, we're hoping will make a difference that are in Update 37. But otherwise, it should be coming sooner rather than later. We think it might be related to like an assert that's taking place. And that should be fixed. But if that's not the cause, then we'll have to keep working on it.
The magic shutters cries out. Fools! Now you will all die.
Yeah, I like the. I haven't actually heard the sentient weapons hooked up to sentience, the voice work. I heard all the voice files when they came in, but I've not heard them in context yet. I'm looking forward to that.
The Medusa is no longer a threat to lost souls.
Yes, Hunter Radar, we're going to be doing some tweaking on frequency and that sort of thing for sentient weapons. So whatever they debut in, don't be too surprised if there is not a, a few tweaks over time here. Forget it.
You find Orofon's nether scroll piece in the Medusa's hidden treasure room.
Cool. That is going to wrap it up then for Friday afternoon. I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. I'll be back next Wednesday. Most likely playing Ravenloft on Caneth here. I will probably be rolling up a new character so that I'm within the proper level range for it. No, Renwell, I do not care to comment on that new statue yet. It'll be in the release notes. That is where the comment will be. Alright. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you next Wednesday. Hope you have a great DDO weekend, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.